Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Storytime with Pastor Tim. We're going to continue reading from the Spark Story Bible. We're just beginning at the beginning and work our way all the way through. The first two episodes have been creation and then the story of Adam and Eve. And today we get the story of the first sin. So I'm going to read it, show you some pictures, and ask you a question at the end. And maybe you can discuss that with your family or whoever you are with at this time. The first sin. One of the animals that God created was very tricky. The serpent. The serpent was clever and sly and up to no good. Did God really say that you can't eat from the fruit in the trees of the garden? The serpent hissed softly to Eve. No, said Eve, God said we can eat fruit from any of the trees in the garden, except for the tree in the middle of the garden. God said not to eat from that one, not even to touch it. The serpent smiled, a sneaky little smile. Ha! God doesn't want you to eat fruit from that tree, because if you do, you'll know everything. You'll be just like God. The serpent hissed in his sly way. Eve looked at the tree in the middle. The fruit sure looks good. So she ate some, and she gave some to Adam too. And soon as they ate the fruit, everything changed. Adam and Eve became very embarrassed and shy. They sewed some leaves together, making some pretend clothes to try to cover up their bodies, and they stood nervously behind some bushes. Then they heard God walking around in the garden, and God called out to them, "Yoo-hoo, where are you?" Adam and Eve hid. "Hey, where did you go?" called God. Adam peeked out from behind some vines, and he said, "I heard you, and I was afraid." "Why are you afraid?" asked God. "Well, I'm naked for one thing," said Adam, who was quite embarrassed, "so I hid." "I see," God replied. "Who told you that you are naked?" Adam said nothing. "Did you eat from the fruit from the tree I told you not to eat from?" asked God. "Eve gave it to me," Adam blurted out. "The serpent made me," exclaimed Eve. "He tricked me." God sighed. "I told you not to eat from that tree. Because you have done what I've told you not to do, life will be more difficult for you now. You will have to leave this beautiful garden and work very hard to get the things you need. Now you will know what it is to be unhappy, and someday you will die. I made you from dust, and when you die, you will be dust again." God made some real clothes for Adam and Eve and sent them out into the big world. And God was with them everywhere they went. So in this story, Adam and Eve could trust what God had said in those other stories, that they were loved and they were good and gave them things to do. Or they could listen to the serpent who said, "Don't listen to God. God doesn't know what God is talking about. You're not enough. You need more. And I know how to give you more." And we think about that all the time. Are we enough? Has God's love enough for us? Or do we need more? Do we need fancier clothes or fancier cars or all these things that make us think that we're better than everybody else? We need to listen to God, and God says we are enough. And then to go out and help other people realize they are enough, that God loves them too. Thank you for listening today. I hope whatever you are doing, you have fun, you have patience, you forgive others if they make you angry, and that others forgive you if that happens as well. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time on Storytime with Pastor Tim.